everybody, it is June 23rd, 2026. It's Joe from the Strange Voyage Files. Randy set us up. As you can see, I'm in a different location because they have all taken over my room. So I have to move into my wife's room. Mine is all cool stuff. Hers is books. Read. Not reading's good, kids. And I'm just going to do, this is the last haul. There were a lot of Father's Day sales for Blu-rays and 4Ks and whatnot. So I did end up getting a good amount of stuff, but there aren't going to be any more of that. So I just want to show you what I got. I think there's some really, really cool stuff in here. Start off with the big one. I have this Game of Thrones on 4K. I have this on Blu-ray. This and The Sopranos would be the only series I would ever buy on 4K again. Everything else I have the Brady Bunch on DVD. I am, even if they were to release it, Cheers actually is on Blu-ray, I believe. I would never upgrade that stuff that I already have. Game of Thrones and Sopranos, absolutely without a doubt. So, looking forward to seeing that in 4K. I said this in another video. I usually donate things to the library. I may hang on to the Blu-ray of the Game of Thrones, or maybe I'll sell it to Half Price Books. So, all right, now into the other stuff. Now, I did not mean to buy the the big version of this. I thought I was just getting the regular 4K, but Interspace. It's a fun movie, man. I saw this in the theater as a kid. I loved it. Martin Short rules. He is the absolute best. Dennis Quaid is in this. Dennis Quaid, Meg Ryan. This is just a fun, feel-good, happy movie. Interspace, strongly suggested. I have not seen this all the way through in years, so I still have to watch this. Looking very forward to that. This one, I was not a big fan of. This was more for the girls. Coming to America, the sequel. I love the first movie. No, this one, I like Axel F more than this, but I didn't really think this was all that great. But my wife and kids loved it, so got this. Speaking of my kids, boy, I couldn't wait to get this one. The 2 movie collection of Descendants, 1 and 2. This is a Disney thing. Only available on DVD. And this is one of those things that looks like it's going to start really disappearing, because these came out does it have a year on here? I want to say these are about 10 years old now. And Disney, they do not like to re-release things. They're goofy with stuff. So I said, you know what? I was going to get this a few years ago, and I said, no, I'm going to hold off. It'll be on Blu-ray. But I think what Disney is doing is they put all their eggs in the Disney Plus basket. So I was like, nope, I'm getting this. So Descendants 1 and 2, and then here I'm going to skip piles to the next pile, because you got to get 3. Of course, you got to get 3. Now there's a 4th one and a 5th one coming out without these main characters. 4th one is not available on DVD or anything. There again, I think it's just Disney Plus. And that's why I was like, I'm getting these. My kids love these movies, especially Randy. When they were littler, they dressed up as the girl in the purple and blue hair. And so, yes. Here's one I have not seen in God knows how long. Nightmare Sisters. This is basically the same cast as Sorority Babes and the Slimeball Bolorama. Same feel, same... I don't remember much about this, but this popped up in somebody else's video that I watched. And I think it was AVA Pop Culture. And I was like, I remember this movie. And I love Michelle Bauer. Absolutely. Since the second I saw her, I have been in love with Michelle Bauer. Yeah, no way I'm not getting this. This is one we watched on Tubi, and I love Steve Martin. My wife loves Steve Martin. I don't think they loved it my wife and kids loved it as much as me, but they did like it. All of me. This, in my opinion, is an underrated gem. This is one of the... I remember seeing this with my parents on a fluke, on cable, one day. And I mean, it was very rare for me and my parents to be sitting in the same room together. I got so much grief from people because 1982, 83, I was 7, 8 years old. Metrovision Cable came to Harwood Heights where I grew up. And, it was a big thing, cable. We had on TV, and then that was phasing out, and cable, oh my God, you had to have cable. And my dad said there was going to be cable he had the back room. My mom was in her bedroom, and I had my room. He said, we're putting cable in every house. In fact, back then you had to have 2 boxes so you could record on one while you watched something on the other box. My dad did that. And then I had a VCR. Now, this is 1982, 83. I had a VCR in my room. And everybody was, he's the spoiled only child. He's the spoiled only child. That was not the reason. My dad didn't want anyone bothering him. He wanted to be left. He was Al Bundy. My dad was Al Bundy. He didn't want anyone bothering him. And I have continued that tradition. The girls have 55. Hi, Randy. Ow, love you. The girls have 55-inch TVs in their room because we went into Target one day and they were clearing out stock. And these TVs that were $600-$700 just because all these Targets about 2 years ago were clearing out stock. They weren't discontinuing. They were just clearing out stock. It was insane. So they each got 55-inch TVs. They have 4K players because I am continuing my dad's tradition. Everybody has their, as you can see, this is my wife's room. I have my room. Yes, we do a lot of things as a family, but as far as me growing up, we were never in the same room together. I have no idea why we were in the back room with my dad. I'm sure he was infuriated by it. But this came on and we watched this, and the three of us laughed hysterically. This movie is awesome. Lily Tomlin is funny in this. Steve Martin rules. Such a crazy premise, but my God, you absolutely need to see this movie. Oh, I'm switching piles because they go together again. What else needs to be said? Attack of the Killer Tomatoes. Come on now. Come on. I mean, just an all-time classic. Absolutely. I'm surprised. I am actually in shock I have not had this before now. And then, this I think is actually better. Return of the Killer Tomatoes. I love this movie. I can't wait to watch these two again. Just great cult classics. There's 2 more movies, like one, The Tomatoes Eat Paris, and I forget what the other one is. I forget why I think there were like 2 on 1 DVD, and it was still some crazy price. I'm like, not for that. But the first 2, yes, absolutely. Just 2 classic movies. Oh my God, this one just popped into my head. I watched this with my buddy as kids. And it was so funny, and this is on DVD. I'm in shock I found this. Polish Vampire in Burbank. I have not seen this since the 80s. All I remember is the kid, he can't, he gets grossed out by biting people's necks or something like that. He's a vampire, and his father, who is somebody, isn't his father? Oh, I thought his father was an actor, like a real actor, a famous one. Maybe not. They have to, when the family bites people, they have to put blood in a baggie for them. It's so funny. And then they refuse to do it anymore, so he has to go out and he falls in love with somebody. I don't remember much more about this. I gotta watch this again. But this was funny. And I don't know if I'm gonna think it's as funny as I did when I was 11 years old, or 12 or whatever it was. Polish Vampire in Burbank. Absolutely awesome. I put this with Student Bodies, that kind of stupid comedy. I love that movie. All right. Oh, hang on. Are they together? Oh no, it was in the other one. I think. The other one was Creepshow. Creepshow 2, which in a lot of God, I don't know which one's better. And this was a box thing from Arrow. Comes with a book. Comic book, which is pretty neat. I don't know if there was another version of this, because they usually, unless it's a movie I really love, I don't buy the box set and what things. But Creepshow 2, especially the one, was it the lake? And that's one's kind of the raft. Yeah, that one is like infamous. It is such a good story. So, yeah. Pick up Creepshow 2 if you've not seen it. I said, now this was in the other one, where I said I screwed up that there was Jaws, a 4-pack. There wasn't a 4-pack because I got Jaws, and then I realized this was just 2, 3, and 4 together. This worked out perfectly. And this was like $15 or something like that. Insanely cheap. Really, because Jaws 2 is good. 3 is okay. 4 sucks. I remember seeing 4 in the theater and going, what in the hell is this? But yeah, this was the 3-pack. So I have all the Jaws movies. Go figure. Close Encounters of the Third Kind. This was a movie where I like it, but this was more for, it's just a movie you have to have in your collection. I don't know how often I'll watch this. This may be one I don't even know if I ever really do watch, but it's such a classic. I wanted it in my collection. And again, I want to, these things, you look it up and they say DVDs have a life of 20 years to 100 years, and Blu-rays and 4Ks and whatnot. So, and I do, my house, I always have the air going. My house is always like 66, 68 degrees no matter what time of year. So, theoretically, and I do take care of this stuff, this should last 100 years. Even if it's 50, 60. Something for the girls to keep. I see that's kind of a recurring, really morbid that I planning for what the kids will have after I die. But maybe it's just my parents. I mean, it was when my parents went, and it should have been as simple as anything. If you're my age, in the 50-ish, get a will and a trust done. My parents, they had a will. Oh, I'm not even going to go into it. Gave it to a cousin who's a lawyer. He claimed he couldn't find it, blah, blah, because we had a family falling out. I was an only child. Should have been the easiest thing in the world. Because there was no will, I ended up spending a ton, thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. If you are my age and you have kids, get a will and a trust. Do it. Just do it. Okay, that was the end of the fun fact for the day. 16 Candles. Great movie. Absolute classic. The girls love this. I love this movie. So, I'm going to do a series, because everybody does it, so why not jump on the bandwagon, of controversial films, and you'll know, most of you know why. This will be on that list. Oh, there's another one that's going to top that list. And maybe this one, but I don't know. Loverboy. Madison loves 80s rom-coms, and we kind of got to the point where we saw pretty much all of them. And this one popped up, and I'm like, hey, let's watch this. And she really liked it. So, could only get it on DVD. I'm surprised this isn't a Blu-ray. So, we got this. Another one, 2 more that we had, but I upgraded for the girls. Cinderella, we have on Blu-ray, but, the Disney classic. So I upgraded to 4K, and then Snow White. Sleeping Beauty is the one I couldn't find on 4K. I don't think it's out. Let me know in the comments if it is out, because I'd like to get that one, and then that's kind of it. I have not seen this in a trillion years. The Thing. I cannot wait to watch this again. I know it is considered one of the best horror movies of all time. I have not seen this in, I would say, since the 80s, believe it or not. So I don't remember a lot about it. I remember the ending. I mean, you can't watch a horror movie ranking without, seeing this in the ending. I can't wait to see this again. Oh my God. Now this one this is when I do that video. This one absolutely, and we just watched this, will be on the controversial movies. This one was bad even back for the 80s. I am not one to say, no, that movie was bad, it's out of taste, it's blah, blah, blah. I am not one. It was the 70s and 80s. Just what it was. Yes, there's some scenes in some movies that are blah, blah, blah. But as far as a movie overall, Soul Man. The movie that most likely killed C. Thomas Howell's career. On DVD, I don't think there was ever a Blu-ray. I don't think we'll ever see it. I watched this just a couple days ago with Madison and Randy. And they were like, what in the hell is going on in this movie? I saw this in the theater. Even back then, I was kind of like, this is, I don't know, this isn't the greatest premise in the world. Now, Ray Don Chong and James Earl Jones defended this movie forever. It is very rare that you're going to hear me again with our movies that we grew up with say, no, that was in bad taste. This one, oh. Yeah, even back then, I don't even know what they were thinking. This one was not. And I'll defend like The Toy with Richard Pryor. And I get what they were trying to do to show the racial stereotypes and to show. I get it, but no. And now this is one because I know, and this was kind of hard to find on eBay. They were there and. Not kind of hard to find, but the prices were fluctuating, new versus used. So I was like, you know what? I just want this for my collection. Yeah. We'll talk about this when I do that other video. But this is probably the only movie from our time that I will say, yeah, I don't know what they were thinking. I don't know how C. Thomas Howell saw the script and said, that's a good idea. We'll talk later, though. All right, the Zack Snyder Justice League trilogy. Now, I did see when it came out on whatever streaming platform it was, the Justice League Zack Snyder version. It was okay. Again, this is something. Batman vs Superman has grown on me. Excuse me. And I have to watch Man of Steel again. I'm still in it. But I definitely want this for my collection. So, yeah. One of the worst movies of all time. I did like it when I was young. That's the only reason I got it. This is absolutely just a nostalgia thing. But yes. And I don't know. Who did? Was it Vinegar Syndrome? Yeah. I don't know. And when this came out, when Mac and Me came out on 4K, it was like a year ago or maybe not even that long ago. And people were talking about it on YouTube. Almost everybody said the same thing. What in the hell came over Vinegar Syndrome to say, let's do Mac and Me? Out of all the other titles they could do, why Mac and Me? You know, and of course Paul Rudd always shows that video, so that the clip on Conan. It's probably how people know this movie. And it's just it's a big McDonald's commercial. Tina Cashberry's in this movie, another one. But I don't know. I had a feeling that this was going to be one of these stupid movies where the price was going to just explode. I think that's why I didn't get Explorers. I know I was looking at Explorers, and I think that one's like $60 or something. Like, I like that movie, but no. So, before it got insane, I think those were $19. This one's a bit controversial too, and I can definitely see why, especially as a dad. But you know, it's a movie I liked as a kid. Blame It on Rio. Yeah, this one. Who was this again? Was this Vinegar Syndrome? No, this is just MGM Orion. This was just released. Yeah, I mean this one is a bit controversial, for sure. This will definitely be on that list too. We'll talk more about it then. Again, as a father of girls, yeah, this one kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. But it's such an iconic movie, and I watched it so many times as a kid. I had to at least have it in my collection. I don't know if it's one that I'm really ever going to watch, but chalk this one up to nostalgia. But leaning on bad taste, I don't. I don't know. The jury's out on that one. And then this series, one of the best series of all time, Rome. I love this. My dad loved this. This was on HBO, and if you have HBO Max or HBO, whatever the hell it's called these days, I'm sure you can watch it. I would even suggest, like, and there's only 2 seasons. Getting HBO Max or whatever it is, plus whatever the hell it's called these days, I would almost suggest getting it for a month just to watch this. This was so good. And the only reason there wasn't a 3rd season was because it cost so much to make. So it ended at the end of the 2nd season. Now, had they known the popularity of Game of Thrones from what I've done in my research, if they knew in hindsight, they probably would have continued this series. It was so good. It's partially based in historical fact. There's a lot of factual evidence in here, but of course, then it's it's a TV show, so like Pullis and what's the other guy's name? Pullis and oh my God, what's the other guy's name? Veronitas. They existed. I remember looking that up. They did exist, but I don't think they were anywhere near as important as they have it in the series. But such a great series. Haven't seen this in about 2-3 years. Absolutely throwing this one in and watching it. What's the woman who plays the oh boy, who plays the one who's with oh my God, not Caesar, Mark Antony. The woman who's Mark Antony's lover in the beginning, she is so absolutely... Polly Walker. She is so phenomenal in this role. So good. The kid who plays Caesar Augustus, and then the guy who plays him later, I mean, they really look like they are the same person. They are so... This, I don't know how many Academy Awards this thing won, or Emmys, or whatever it would be. Should have won a ton. Rome is phenomenal. I'm telling you, you will not regret it if you get HBO Plus for a month or 2 months. Get this and watch The Sopranos while you're at it. All right. So, yeah, that was it. That really is going to be my last haul of movies for a while. You also get to the point where you're looking at stuff and you're like, I'll get some here and there, but I don't think I'll do another video for a while where I show a big haul of movies. So, tell me what you think about these. Do you think that, like, Soul Man and Blame It on Rio are the cringy ones? Soul Man, I mean, absolutely, in my eyes. Some people, probably not. Blame It on Rio, oh, God. I don't know. I don't remember if, I think the 2 girls are supposed to be of age, so that would play a big factor in my, if they're not, then... I gotta look into it or watch it again. So if they're not of age, then yes, I'm gonna say it was definitely a cringe one. But I don't remember. I think because they both graduated, and that was the whole thing. They went to Rio for graduation. They were both of age. But still, again, let me know what you think. All right, like, subscribe. I hope you guys like this. I hope to be back in my room for the next video, and they haven't taken over. They take over my room because we have the TV trays in there and they can eat in there and watch. It's my room. It's my room of awesomeness. Books. But read, kids. All right. Like, subscribe, and I will see ya. I gotta get up. I don't even have my remote. So, there we go. No editing. I don't know how to edit. I do. I'm just too lazy. Takes too much time.